Hello, welcome to April 20th through 24th, Day 2 of ESOL instruction for newcomers, grades 6 through 8. It's your teacher, Mr. Ebeling. This presentation is based on the grades 6 through 8 newcomer ESOL, April 20th to 24th, Day 2 paper packet. These paper packets can be picked up at meal distribution centers throughout Baltimore. The center closest to Highlandtown Elementary Middle School is John Rura Elementary School. The school address is 701 Rapola Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. The artwork below is entitled Best Friend by an artist named Hill Howe. Take a moment to look at it. What do you notice about the drawing? What do you wonder about it? Sketch or write your response in the boxes below. When I look at this drawing, I notice a boy in a t-shirt hugging a black dog. I wonder who the boy is and why he is hugging the dog. The next 3 pages of the packet have 9 vocabulary words for us to focus on. This is the adjective hungry. Hungry is a feeling for the need for food. She is really hungry because she did not eat lunch. This is the adjective lonely. To be lonely is to be sad because of not having friends or company. The old man was lonely because he had no friends or family. This is the noun dinner. Dinner is the main meal of the day, usually eaten in the evening. John's family usually eats dinner at 5 o'clock in the evening. This is the adjective front, or in front of. Front is in a position, just ahead of someone or something. The man is standing in front of his computer. This is the adjective buried. Buried is put or placed under the ground. The bone was buried under the ground. This is the noun cemetery. A cemetery is a place where dead people are put in the ground. When the old man died, his body was buried in the cemetery. This is the noun grave. A grave is a place where a dead body is buried, usually marked by a stone. The son puts flowers on his mother's grave every week. This is the noun Scotland. Scotland is a country that is part of the United Kingdom, which is on the continent of Europe. In the United Kingdom, Scotland is the country farthest to the north. This is the adjective loyal. To be loyal is to be faithful or constant. My best friend is very loyal because he is always helpful and kind. When you think of friendship, do you think of it as a relationship between people? Do you think it's possible for a person and an animal to be friends? Can animals be friends with one another? In some countries of the world, there is a popular saying, a dog is man's best friend. Here the word man means any human, man, woman, boy, or girl. Think about these questions as you read the following true story from a long time ago. The story took place in Edinburgh, Scotland. A long time ago, in a small house in Scotland, 2 friends lived together. Their names were John and Bobby. John and Bobby were not rich, but they were happy. They had a warm fire when it was cold outside. They had good food to eat when they were hungry. They were never lonely because they had each other. John and Bobby liked to take long walks together. After their walk, John usually cooked dinner. John and Bobby ate dinner and then sat in front of the fire. They had a simple but good life. Then, in the spring of 1858, John got sick and died. He was buried in a cemetery in Edinburgh, Scotland. After John was buried, Bobby stood at John's grave and cried. "Come on, Bobby," friends said. "It's time to go home." Bobby went home, but later he returned to the cemetery. He sat down near John's grave. He stayed there all night. Bobby stayed at the cemetery the next day, and the next day, and the next day. For the next 14 years, Bobby never left the cemetery. When the weather was cold or rainy, he slept in a small house at the cemetery. When the weather was warm, he slept on the ground near John's grave. Finally, in 1872, Bobby died too. Friends buried him in a little grave near John. Why was Bobby's grave little? Bobby, John's best friend, was a dog. Many people would say that Bobby, the dog, and John, the man, were very good friends to one another. Think about the ways that they showed that they were friends. What qualities did each of them have? Think about some words to describe what John, Bobby, or both of them were like to one another. What sorts of activities did they do together? Complete the T-chart below using details from the reading. In the text, we learn that the dog, Bobby, was extremely loyal to his human friend, John. The people of Edinburgh, Scotland, even put up a statue in honor of Bobby's loyalty. It is still located in the city where he and John are buried. Now answer the following questions using the text and your own life experiences. The first answer has been started for you. What did Bobby the dog do to show that he was loyal to John? Bobby the dog showed that he was loyal to John by blank. Think of a person who has been loyal to you, or think about someone that you have been loyal to. Who is this person or animal? Think about what you, the person, or the animal in number 2 did to show loyalty. List these 3 ideas below. Here are my answers. Bobby the dog showed that he was loyal to John by never leaving his grave. My wife has been loyal to me. My wife shows me loyalty by helping me, staying with me, and making me better. All over the world, people keep animals in their homes as pets. Some people treat their pets the same way, or almost the same way, they treat people. These people consider animals their friends. Do you believe animals can be friends to people? Choose one of the options below and write your reasons. Yes, I believe animals can be friends to people. The reason I think this is blank. Or, no, I don't believe animals can be friends to people. The reason I think this is blank. For me, I would say, no, I don't believe animals can be friends to people because animals and people are not equal. Today's objective was for you to respond to a variety of questions about a true story. Now answer the following questions. What was one thing that you learned? What else would you like to learn about the relationship between animals and people? Just for fun, complete the crossword puzzle below. Fill in the answers to each clue by choosing from the following words: mouth, paws, treat, leash, bark, woof, collar, toy, love, wagging. This is the end of the presentation. Please complete as much of the packet as you can if you have one. More presentations will be posted as they are created. Remember to be safe, stay 6 feet away from people when you are away from your home, and wash hands as often as you can. Goodbye for now, Mr. Ebeling.